And welcome to Media Mash. Tonight, the Egypt edition. We expose the most outrageous examples of how the mainstream media is trying to put its liberal spin on the unrest in the Middle East. And back with us to go through this week's material, no shortage of it, the president of the Media Research Center, Brent Bozell. Brent, welcome back.
Sean, how you doing?
All right, as I've been pointing out, I don't think this is going to end well in the end for the United States and Egypt. I don't think our relationship will ever be the same again. But we do have the liberal media crediting Barack Obama for inspiring the protests that may lead to the Muslim Brotherhood being in charge of Egypt. Let's roll the tape.
Barack Obama, he goes to Cairo, he gives a speech, and he inspires, perhaps he's the one who inspires a lot of these Egyptians to get out into the streets.
Don't forget, this began when the president gave his speech in Cairo at the beginning of his administration, calling for democracy.
Speaking of President Obama, you know, in a way, he fueled this uprising in Egypt. When he came to Cairo, let us remember, and he spoke of, listen, we stand for freedom and democracy and listening to people. The Egyptians believed his rhetoric.
The Messiah, the Savior, he inspired what might end up as the Muslim Brotherhood. You know, a jihad, terrorist-supporting organization taking over. Are they going to give him credit when that happens?
Sean, yeah, these reporters are going to eat their words in a big way. And by the way, Dan Rather knows how to eat words. Look, what happens?
That's priceless. That's very well said.
What happens when the government crumbles? What happens when this country is reduced to utter anarchy? What happens when the killings begin and the death begins? Are they still going to credit Barack Obama's soaring oratory for that? Or are they going to separate him? What happens if an Islamic caliphate takes over? Are they going to credit his soaring oratory at that point? No, they won't.
Well, that dovetails very nicely into our next set of tape that we have. The Muslim Brotherhood wants an Islamic caliphate. They believe in jihad. They've already called for war against Israel, and they want worldwide Sharia. But how does the media portray the Muslim Brotherhood? Let's take a look.
The Muslim Brotherhood is telling the army that it can be a reasonable, rational organization. They were nice people. I mean, if you fell down in the street, they would come and help you out. If you didn't have enough money for the bus, they would give you money.
This is also a group that isn't a bunch of sort of raving lunatic Islamic fundamentalists, of the ilk of Osama bin Laden. I mean, the Muslim Brotherhood is made up with a lot of professional men who are and women who are, they're certainly fundamentalists in their beliefs about Islam. But the group itself, a long time ago, rejected violence.
The Brotherhood, their motto is what I've been saying. They inspired Osama bin Laden. They're calling now for prepare for war with Israel. But if you need money for the bus, those very nice terrorists will give you all the money you need. And if you fall down, they'll pick you up, Brent.
Sean, it's embarrassing, isn't it? Talk about useful idiots. These people are useful idiots. The evidence is there. I've been watching this show. Night after night after night, you're giving the evidence. The evidence is there. The public record is there. How they lionize Osama bin Laden, a mass murderer. How they've opposed the peace treaty with Israel, the only thing that kept the peace in the Middle East. How one of the Muslim Brotherhood people are telling Egypt to prepare for war against Israel. And they're calling this reasonable and rational, and these are nice guys, when all the evidence is there. Let me say it again. Useful idiots.
There's only one person that can come up with our next quote. Mr. Thrill Up His Leg and his entire body every time Barack Obama speaks, Chris Matthews. And he actually goes as far as talk about a Muslim Brotherhood parallel with the Tea Party movement. Roll the tape.
So the Muslim Brotherhood has a parallel role here with the Tea Party. They're the ones that keep you honest to decide whether you've stayed too long, whether you've got a sell-by date looming. There's some craziness out there on the right. And the fact that these war-whooping nutbags, some of them, are deciding who the senators should be, it should make the Democrats feel, like yourself, centrist Democrats, feel pretty happy because you're trying to broom the Democratic Party to the center while the Republican Party's flaming off to the right.
I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, you know what the scary part is, Brent? If I'm right and look, there could be a better solution. I think it's probably the odds are against it. But there's a very good chance that the radicals get in charge of Egypt now. And I wonder how these people making these proclamations will feel if, in fact, that very real danger becomes a reality?
Well, they'll blame it on Bush. Look, I listen to Chris Matthews, and I have two reactions to that. My first reaction is, let's put aside civility for just a minute and to say I'm just so sick and tired of these disgusting, deplorable, despicable attacks. I'm going to slug you and deck you one of these days. But that's wrong. That's the wrong reaction. The right reaction is to listen to him and listen to him clearly and just start laughing at the guy. Look, if a meteor came out of the heavens and hit New York City, he would blame the Tea Party for it. He would blame Michelle Bachmann for it.
He probably would blame George W. Bush or Sarah Palin. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but if it hit Fox News, he would say it's okay.
All right, we got to run. Brent, good to see you, and appreciate you being with us.
Thank you, Sean.